Hey, what's up guys? Evan here again with another deck review, and today I've got a review for the beautiful Aurum deck from Encarded, which is the company that made the Tendril deck, which was also a magnificent deck. I have a review of that on my channel. So this is their second deck. I gotta say, Paul, the designer, he did an amazing job designing this deck. Everything about it is just luxurious looking. So let's take a look at it. It's a beautiful, bright purple box, so it's gonna stand out in your collection, or if you're a magician and you pull this out, it's just really gonna stand out. It has really nice gold foil, as you can see, and there's this design all over it. So you can see there, and then in the embossing you can see part of that same design, just a little bigger. And that's embossed right there, so it has a nice texture to it. Now the back of the box is where it really changes. There's actually a cutout in the box, and I'll show you that when I take the cards out also. And that's something that has never been done with a deck of cards, and it's a really, really cool idea. On the side you have a continuation of that design, then you have the pips, and two of them are in gold foil. This side says Encarded and USPCC, and the bottom is just some copyright info, and that's actually in gold foil. The top you have some more embossing of that design, and there's no seal. And then on here you have a cool symbol right there and some more embossing. And there's also more embossing on this tab, but not on this one. So here's another look at that cutout in the box, and you can actually see that it is cut out. It's really, really cool. So now we'll take a look at the design of the deck. First we'll take a look at the extra cards that you get with the deck. You get a blank-faced card, which isn't technically blank-faced because there is a design on it, but that's that intricate, very light background design that you see on all of the cards. So for this deck, that's the blank card. Then you get another sort of blank card. It's got a gold center and it has these symbols in the corners, and that also has that intricate background design, and that card is to go at the bottom of the deck so that when you put it in the box, that is what you see as the background through that hole in the box. Now we'll take a look at the jokers and the ace of spades. The jokers are really neat. I like them a lot. They're almost identical, the only difference is the colors. It looks really neat. I just really like the look of it. It's a jester, and right here it looks like cards almost, and his face has a neat design, just very cool. Now we'll take a look at this ace of spades. The ace of spades is a cool, intricate looking design, but I think it would have been nice to see it more shaped like a spade. But like I said, it's a very, very intricate, ornate design, and I do like it. And actually all of the spades have large pips in the center. They're not all designed like the ace of spades, but they do have a large pip. Now let's take a look at the custom number cards. This is a fully custom deck, so that means the number cards too. And the pips are really, really awesome. I just love them. The hearts and diamonds are purple. There's a close-up of what they look like. So there's actually a design around them, and it almost looks like it's behind them. And there's also a black outline in the hearts. As you can see, the clubs and the spades are black and gold, and there's a close-up of them. Now we'll take a look at the diamonds, which again are purple, and there's your close-up again. I think the diamonds and the spades are probably my favorite looking. All of them just have really sharp ends, and I really like that. Now we'll take a look at the spades. These are some of my favorite pips. I just love that. Now another thing that I want to mention is that there's a lot of metallic ink on these cards. All of the cards have metallic purple ink, metallic gold ink, and actually metallic black ink, which I don't think I've seen before. And you can definitely see that, and it's on all of the number cards, the jokers, the ace of spades, and the court cards. So now let's take a look at these court cards. They have a purple, gold, and black color scheme, which looks really nice. And if you take a look really close at the face of the court cards, you can see that it's actually transparent. So you get that line design from the background in their faces, which I think is really neat. There's a close-up of all the colors. And now we'll take a look at the Queen of Hearts right there. So you can see that the diamonds and hearts have more purple in them, and the spades and clubs have more black in them. And you'll also notice that she's holding a mask that's attached to a stick, which is something that they do in Italy on certain occasions. And this deck was inspired by Venice, Italy. So there's some nice little touches in there that were added. And there is your King of Spades. So the court cards have a really nice look. The color scheme is original and it looks good. Now let's take a look at the best part about this deck, the back design. The detail in this back design is incredible. In the center you have, in gold, a really, really beautiful design. I just love it. It's in metallic gold, which gives it a nice shine, as you can see, and it's just a very intricate, nice looking design. Then in the background you have a purple background besides the border, and actually the line work that's in the background of the purple is purple metallic ink. So it's purple metallic ink on purple, which is really cool, and it has a really neat look to it. So there's a zoomed in look at it, so you can really see that awesome design in there. And the design is continued in gray on that thin border. Now in gold, in these two corners right there and there, you have an abstract take on a Venetian carnival mask, which is what the queen was holding. So like I said, it has really thin borders, which is nice. I love thin borders, and you'll see that the thin borders make fans look amazing. So now that we've seen the design of the deck, let's take a look at the handling. The deck has B Casino stock and magic finish, which is definitely my favorite combination. The stock is stiff, but it's not too stiff, and that's something that I really like. And the finish is a little slippery when you first get it, but once you break it in, that magic finish just has a really nice, slick feel. So like I said, the design looks amazing in fans. Those thin borders show, and the design really pops. Now let's take a look at what it looks like when it's fanned, showing the faces. Part of the pips show, but not all of it, so if the indices were closer to the edge, they would have shown. Pressure fans are great with this deck. Like I said, the stock is not too stiff, but it's not too soft either. B Casino stock is a really springy stock, which is great. So you can get nice springs and dribbles. Spreads in the hands with this deck are really nice and easy. Spreads on the close-up pad are really nice. The design shows because of those thin borders, and it looks beautiful. With the sort of stiff stock, lapel spreads are a little bit harder to do, but if you know how to do it, you can still do it. So lapel spreads are pretty nice with this deck. Farrowing with this deck is pretty easy, and it farrows pretty well. So you can see there what a farrow looks like. So farrowing is easy with this deck, and it comes out good. Giant fans with this deck are really nice. As you can see, the design shows and it looks awesome. That purple and all of that detail just shows a lot. So there's a giant fan with the Aurum deck. Overall, this is an incredible deck of cards. I really like it, and I recommend it to any card collector because it's a limited deck. Only 4,500 of the regular purple decks were printed, and they also come in a white gold version, which I believe there are about 500 of, and those are pretty rare because they're so limited. And you can see that it's a white version of the deck. Very nice. There's also a third deck which is like the white one, but it has a laser cut back, And I'm not exactly sure what else is done to it, but it has something over here that makes it really special, and it is extremely limited. So if you're interested in one of those, check that out in the link in the description and get it fast because I don't know how long it will last. If you're a magician, you might want this deck, you might not. It's a fully custom deck, so it might not be great for Magic and it might be suspicious to certain spectators, but the core cards are standard looking, which is good, and it's really not a suspicious design. So it's really up to you. If you're a flourisher, this is also a great deck for you because the handling is awesome and the design is beautiful. So thank you guys so much for watching my review of the Aurum deck. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get this deck, and I definitely recommend that you do. Thanks for watching, and remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.